Hello everyone, it's Andrea and welcome to my channel. I'm kicking off a week-long collab here on YouTube with a creative design team, and I am focusing on projects that I've put together for our creative design team membership group, the CDT Creatives, for the past year or so. We're going to go over the artwork at a high level. I'm not going to give away those techniques that we do show in depth over on our membership group, and all of the other girls are going to be doing the same here on YouTube as we go throughout the week. I'll tell you a little bit more about the membership because signups are open right now on cdtcreatives.com for the next week or so. If you're so inclined, you can sign up and you'll have access to our full catalog of classes. And we've been at this for years now, so there's so much. I teach every 7th week or so on rotation, and so you'll get a lot of artwork. So there's 7 times as much artwork as this. And honestly, some of this I might have already sent out cards, so there might have been more to the monthly workshops than are being presented here. This is October of 2024. And the technique that I was showing here was I was showing how to play with inks. That was our topic that month. And I wanted to create this beautiful faux marble background that I'm hoping is picking up here to match with the stained glass in the photos. And I did a lot of die cutting and just made this beautiful layout for myself. But the one thing that I was missing was just a beautiful blue paper. So that's why I decided to use it. And here you actually might notice we do encourage our members to always love their stash. So I've got what was newer paper back then, and then I've combined it with some older close to my heart products. And it's amazing to see what the girls come up with, what our members come up with, because we share artwork. If the girls create artwork, they share it in the group as well. It's so much fun to see what somebody can do with a technique and then run with it. So that is the layout. And quite often we explain even where we get the sketches from. If it's a new sketch, we share that. We've got monthly challenges that are sometimes sketch related. There are a lot of sketches. Once you get into that group, there's so much to draw on. And, you know, we go over everything in depth, how to create the projects. These are the cards. And the first one that I'm going to show this one up close. This one, same background. And I hope that you can see that it's got the marbling and it's the beautiful gold marbling there. And then I also created a card, kind of a companion card, a little bit different though, and I just reversed it and I used the fancy backgrounds here on the leaves instead. We encourage the girls to see what we've done and then to run with these concepts. The next one I have, I'm missing my cards because I think I did send those out when we decided to do this collab and show you a little bit about our membership. Usually we don't show off our projects so much. I did mail out some of the cards. This was November and we were working with scraps. This has some old paper here that you might notice. It was definitely old, close to my heart paper, but I paired it with some new Stampin' Up products. Again, showing you that you can use these concepts and use whatever papers you have. So we were working with scraps, and this was a disappearing square pattern. You might see the backgrounds here. I'm going to lift it up just a little bit so you can see. So I taught the girls how to create this beautiful background, and the cards were in the same pattern. So we created this background and then used it for the bottom of the layer, and then I shrunk down the technique and used it for a card. It was a fun little layout, again, about the technique and using scraps. Next up, I know there were cards for this one too, and these definitely got sent out. And this, I believe I might have, did I have it that way? I think I had it this way. There we go. That looks a little better. I was wondering why those pieces didn't line up. It's because they weren't meant to. And in this particular month, we were talking about stamping techniques. So I taught subtle stamping, and I won't give away all the secrets, but you're going to notice that there is subtle stamping in the background. There is subtle stamping on another stamped and embossed element. There is so much stamping included here. This background paper right here, this wood grain, again, I made it a patterned paper. and just had a lot of fun with stamping that month. The idea to create your own layout, even if you didn't want to do the stamping, you could still use the arrangement of photos and papers that I did and get an idea. So our members are always just being treated to brand new ideas. In April, we tackled different color theories. So I worked with grayscale. I knew immediately what I wanted to do. We had this Stampin' Up paper that was all in shades of gray. I loved it. We created great clusters. We created some background stamping and just a really fun layout to put together. This might have been a sketch that was a challenge sketch, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but if memory serves me correctly, this was a sketch that was provided in the group, and I just ran with it with our topic and covered what grayscale is and showed you how to use it. And it just so happens that it worked well. I don't know, do you guys know about this black and gray cake trend that's going on among the kids? It's not really my taste, but Emma's friend created her 18th birthday cake for her, and I think it turned out beautifully. So it just went really well with the grayscale. I also, that time, I haven't sent these out. It was a crazy month for me in January. So I held on to the cards and I created a set of 3 cards using very many of the same elements here. As you can see, I think that one went that way. And I just repeated elements. We did some stamping on the background. We used the same flowers, and here's the third one, and created a 3rd card for you. And again, just went over what grayscale is and got the girls thinking about color theory. And I know that there's several more projects that month that you're going to be treated to with different color theory principles. And June, we decided to be really happy, and we decided to do some, I think this went this way. Yep. We decided to work with rainbows because it was the beginning of summer, very happy, and I had the perfect photos to go with this. My girls were at Epcot with my mom and I, and so we just had these bright, colorful backgrounds. And it just so happens that we were introducing the new in colors about that time with Stampin' Up. So I took a little 6x6 pad of in colors and I created this layout with all different little pieces. It was a lot of fun to create. So I went over the sizes and the elements that I used and just created this whole great big layout out of rainbow. This was what I would say is more a non-traditional rainbow because clearly it's not the Roy G. Biv rainbow, but I had a lot of fun creating it just in that color palette because the colors that were on here work so well with my photos. And then I was able to bring in stamps with ink that also matched the papers. And then, like I said, the little elements. And then there were great in color gems that I was able to pull across. It was a complete package when it came to rainbows. And then I also showed the girls how to use some of these same squares, and we created a whole entire rainbow full of thank you cards out of the leftovers when we were done making this layout. So that was a lot of fun. We just, another new card idea, and you could use that as a sketch design. The same with this. I'm pretty sure we go through a lot of different topics here with the design team. This one was where we used one sketch, and I think there might have been 5 Wednesdays in July. I could be wrong, but we were able to take one sketch, and the girls and I made it our own. We took that one sketch and changed it to make 5 completely different layouts. So they look different. They've got different papers. We've flipped elements, we've rotated things, and just created our own unique page to show you that with one sketch, you could have so many different looks to your layout just by making small modifications. And instead of doing cards that month, what I did, and in fact, I have this is a flip flop that's supposed to go on here. I have not put this away in my album yet. What I did instead was I showed the girls, instead of cards, I did a bonus page since it was all about a scrapbook sketch. And it's a little pocket page. And I showed them how to build this movable hidden journaling spot that goes right in here. Pulled a little too hard. Pushed a little too hard, I should say. But in any case, this is going to sit in between, and then you'll be able to pull this in and out of your little bonus page here. We just had a lot of fun with building that interactive element and creating a layout that looked so different. It's like I said, one sketch, I think it was 5 different ways. It was brilliant that month. This one is my September project. We're already at September 2025. So this one was definitely a stash buster. I dove into my stash. I found this old, I forgot the name of this paper, but it was one of our really old Close to My Heart collections. I brought in some card fronts here that were also dies from Close to My Heart that I hadn't yet used. I dove into my stash big time. We called it Stash to Stunning. I wanted to do everything for my stash. So I even pulled up an old guide from Close to My Heart that I had saved. So it was kind of a pattern. And I revamped that sketch to meet my needs. And I created a new sketch from it that I then provided to our members so that they could make their own layouts with whatever papers they chose. So I went as far back as loving my stash so much that I took an old, like I said, an old guide and breathed new life into it and created this beautiful, beautiful layout. I used some old stencils here. We also took a really old title that came from some, I think they were compliments, and I showed the girls how to make the title look new. So we did a couple new techniques, changed the color, changed the texture, and made something wonderful out of just a plain title that didn't go with the layout way back when. And we just created this little cluster a few times over here of flowers. I just love the way that this came out. Now, although this was a stash bashing kind of layout, like I said, from stash to stunning, I brought in some new gems across the clusters, and I just really loved the overall effect of this. So I got to dig out stencils I hadn't used, card front dies that I had never used, and I just kept building, and again, some older stamps from Stampin' Up that I had, and it just turned out beautifully. It's about the inspiration, and in this particular case for my class, the members got a brand new sketch to work with. And then I took the idea a little bit further and I made a pair of cards. I used the card front that we used to anchor all of our clusters, and I created a card with many of the same elements out of it. Here is the set where I created the leaves. So it was an old Close to My Heart die. And when I cut out the slimline card front, I had all of the leaves left over. You can see these are yellow from behind. So that's what I've used on the layout and here on the cards. It was just another fabulous way to stretch my supplies and just to show my stash some love. We love using our stash, but love combining it with the new elements too. This way you can use up some of your old stuff while still playing with your new stuff. This class, I had been waiting to scrapbook these photos. I went on a Disney cruise last December with my mom, and it was her first Disney cruise in I think it was about 26 years or so. She had not been on a Disney cruise, and there was this lovely lounge with this lovely singer, and it was called the Pink Champagne Bar Lounge. I just loved it. I just love pink. I loved gold, loved everything about it, but I didn't have the right paper to scrapbook. So we got inky in this class, and I created another fun background paper, just like I had at the beginning. And this one's different though. We used a different technique, and I basically blew bubbles all over my background paper. And I showed how to do that. I went through ahead of time and figured out what composition would work to get these bubbles to blow on the page with the tools that I was using. So I went through and showed the girls from start to finish how to create this background. We also used ink on this one since it was inky along the edges. I think you can see the tearing, and used ink and paint to create this beautiful border. And then again, pulled in, it was Christmas time, so there were these amazing swags in the champagne bar. So I used some new Stampin' Up products to create swags that matched the layout. And I just love the entire composition, love how it came together. And I had a lot of fun. I'm a self-proclaimed keep my hands clean, don't really like ink, but this was a technique I could get behind. I made a card and I pulled in some newer Stampin' Up! Elements. The beautiful gold hoops here that are meant for ornaments, I had made a card out of. I used the background piece right there, I hope you can see that strip, to make the card. And you can see that I had to trim this down a little bit, so I had a good inch-long strip. And so why not put that on a card instead of letting it go to waste? So I built the whole card based around the same products I used here. I just switched out the stamps and did a little stash diving there. It made me so happy. So we have our membership open for the next week or so. Again, go over to cdtcreatives.com if you're interested in signing up. It is month by month, so even if you give it a try and see how you like it, you'll have access to our full catalog of classes. And like I said, you can check out the CDT playlist. It'll pop up at the end of this video. Each day we're going to add our projects to it for the next week, different than the rest of the projects that we share here on YouTube, because we dive so deep into the techniques and try things out ahead to let our members know what works in a technique like this and what didn't work for us as well. It takes the frustration out of creating. We just find what works best, share it with our girls, and they are off to creating right away. And it is just so fulfilling having such a wonderful group of women where they share their projects back with us, and it's so fulfilling. And also, you know, if you missed our 31 days of Christmas cards this year, replay is open for this year and last year's version, so go check that out. Thank you for watching. I hope you had fun with this little artwork share that we did today, and I hope that you found some inspiration, and have a creative day.